Hello everyone and welcome to another custom figure showcase and the first video of 2022. Happy New Year to you all. So here we have, of course, the Emperor from Evil of the Daleks and a destroyed guard. Now some of you may have seen the destroyed guard already, but that's the one I'm going to start with first of all. I did put this up on my Instagram, but I decided that I was eventually going to do a video of it anyway, so I decided to do it. So overall, this is just a standard guard Dalek, really. There's not a lot to say about it in terms of the base. The only thing that I've done in terms of changing the base model is to repaint the globes a slightly darker blue and then give them a slight coat of PVA glue to just make them stand out a bit more. And I've also just put in the plunger end a little silver dot, again just to make it stand out that little bit more different to what I've done before with some other models and make it stand out a bit more. But obviously most notably the change on this is the dome and the open top. So the top part is in fact a 3D printed part that I used, I think the technical term is a remix, that somebody had done from a figure base, not for Doctor Who, I think it was for like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing. But I've changed the shape of it slightly and squatted it down and then changed the size of it so that it fits onto the top of a Emperor's Guard Dalek, as you can see, painted it green. And then for the actual dome itself, I've used the screw bearing that's already in there, but obviously I've taken off, because normally you would screw it in from this end, I have taken off this end of the screw so I can then, having drilled a small hole into the neck ring, I can then screw the head in and it just sits on the side like that. And it comes out very nicely. I'm very pleased with how it looks. Obviously, more recently we've had the B&M set of Evil of the Daleks, and I know that, or those of you who've watched my review will know that I did question why they didn't decide to use the new flip-up Dalek top for the Evil of the Daleks Emperor as well, for the Evil of the Daleks Guard as well. But obviously, you know, in hindsight it's a wonderful thing, but I do prefer this version because this one is obviously a bit more 3D and has got a bit of a difference to it. And it does look brilliant alongside the Emperor, who we are going to move on to now. So this Emperor, I've had this on my shelves for quite a while, and this was one of the first big Doctor Who things that I 3D printed after I came across this on the Doctor Who 3D printing website, which obviously, you know, it's come together very well. Very pleased with the print of it. The only thing that is slightly different to the one that's on the website that this has is, whilst this one does have the non-accurate turning head, it also has a pivoting eye stalk. Again, not accurate to what was on screen, but I think it looks very good, and it was nice to just have that little bit of extra playability to the figure. You know, I'm not fussed about complete accuracy. Now, the eye stalk and the top dome piece that has been changed around, as I said, the base Emperor is on the Doctor Who 3D printing page, but those, the dome piece and the eye stalk, were adapted by someone else for use on Edward Felix's fantastic Emperor sculpt. And I have been through my messages, searched posts and everything, and I cannot for the life of me work out who made the eye stalk and the dome piece. So if you are watching this video, please let me know if it was you, or if you know who it was and you have a link to those downloadable parts. Please let me know. I will obviously put it in the comment if it's something that that pops up, or alternatively, if the person that made those parts comments with the link, I will of course pin that comment for other people to make use of, because it, you know, as I said, it's not a screen accurate thing to have the moving eye stalk, but I think it does look really well. It does work really well, and it looks brilliant. But as you, well, I don't know if I'm going to tease this in the title, or I might have just outright have said it in the title. But this Emperor Dalek has one extra special hidden feature on it. And, well, I think the best turn of phrase for this is, I'm going to let it speak for itself. This Dalek has sound effects. I am absolutely overwhelmed that I managed to get this to work. It is not exactly how I would like it, but it has worked very well. So I'm just going to give you a quick close-up on the Emperor Dalek to show you how I put this all together. So, if I turn this Dalek around, I'm going to turn it this way around, the first thing you'll notice as I turn it is some holes here, because that is where the speaker unit is. But as I turn it around from this side, you might notice that this particular globe, which is sort of the most rear one, or the most rear right hand side if you're looking at it from the back, sticks out a bit more, and that's because this is the button. So essentially what I've done is take inspiration from the sound effects Daleks by putting a sort of rod underneath here with a spring in it, and if I take the top off and go underneath, you can see I have made a little plate here, because if I open it up you can see the interior workings of this. So this little unit I bought on Amazon, and essentially what it is a very simplified version of the kind of thing that you would get inside the sound effects Daleks, but it is a very simplified version, because essentially what we have here is we have the battery pack. We then have the circuit board as well, which we'll come back to in a minute. We have here the actual button itself, which obviously I've glued into place, and then under here we have the speaker, which I've just taped down just because it's not small enough to fit, and I didn't really want to glue it in place as such in case I wanted to make some changes. But to have a quick look at the memory board, what you essentially have here, you might notice on the bottom, if I just put the Dalek down a minute, you might notice on the bottom here there is this little micro USB port, and essentially what you do is I ripped the files, sound files of several of the Emperor Daleks quotes, and then just saving them as an MP3 file, plug this into my computer. This has a small storage, some small amount of storage space on there. Pasted the files onto there, and that's it. And what this essentially does is, whereas a sound effects Dalek would play each sound as you press the button, as I said, this is a much more simplified version, so this basically plays the sound files in order. I'm sure there are ways that you could get it to, you could get it to play a sound file each time you press it, but it does serve its purpose, and as a little extra that I decided to add on, it really does work very well. As I said, these are available on Amazon. Really nice little simple things to find, and a nice little addition to make. Really nice simple thing to do, and it certainly opens up the prospect for other potential custom ideas, but also just this particular idea in general. I have to say, if anyone out there from Character Options is watching, I know that some of my videos, mainly my review ones, but they are watched from time to time. If you utilised the sound effects Daleks technology and gubbins that's all inside that, put together an Emperor Dalek with one of these inside with a battery pack in it, it would make for a fantastic Character Options exclusive set, particularly if you chucked in a destroyed guard Dalek with the dome off the top. It would be a fantastic thing to see. But that brings to a close another custom figure showcase, As always, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, favourite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot, and be sure to check out the description below for a link to my Patreon. I'm doing my very first figure animation and you can get involved. There is exclusive content and rewards for those who do so, and funding my Patreon in any way gets your name at the end of my videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.